Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to channel Top Notch Investors. We are investing in our mind, and today I would like to talk about a different topic. By the way, today is January 4, at 2025. It is a good year to bring a change in your life. It's a year of extremes and very different opposite things happening and very strong. And I would like to bring the new topic today, another topic about about how to stimulate our imagination, and what kind of how how we can understand how our imagination and how does it work. It is very simple thing. We constantly repeat all those things in our life. When in the daily routines, we know what is it is creativity. We know what is. We constantly mention words creativity and imagine all many things, but we don't know how things work. And it's a very good topic to bring and to make things a little bit more clear, and that we can actually understand how they work, and so we can start using them properly. It's very in quite difficult to understand, but I will try to explain it in the most simple terms that is possible, so we can understand all the principles and to understand it really well. So I would like to bring first first point. In our daily life, there are because the thing is, the times has changed a lot since the internet has become introduced in our world, and there is some differences, because we are a little bit hidden from each other, and we do the things many things on internet. We create a content, and we are much more dependent on the screen and all the IT technology. So things happening not in a that good. Some things we cannot really apply, but we have to understand. Before the big internet and before all those things were a little bit different. And when you go to the street, and there is a more communication, and it's much easier to see the things, and we had more friends, we had more communications, and we are more interacting, much more interacting in the daily lives, in our routines, because there were not so many computers, and it was the only way how we did the things. But and at that time, sometimes when you go over the street, or you are somewhere in the town, you always times you will see, more successful person, and the one you will meet, the one who is somehow is imagining things much more faster, and his ideas are flowing much faster through his mind, and it has so little effort, and it looks like for him all the things are possible. Now it's difficult to find those persons in the daily life, because we are mostly time routing between our work and home, and we are more or less a little bit the same between. But those ones who are successful really has developed all those skills, they are somewhere at their specific locations, and they don't come interact very much with us. We have their own circle of the people where and they try to stay in the circle, and it's very difficult to come into the circle and to to actually see the person and learn from him. But as you can see, it is even on the internet, on all kinds of platforms. There is a lot of people who have a lot of good skills, and they know how to do things. Imagine the imagination working is at the fullest pace that they have, and they can create all kinds of uh, content and do things really nice and all those things very fast. But it's difficult to reach them because we are just hiding just across the street screen, and it's quite difficult. But mm, the thing is, it's not that one I wanted to mention. I wanted to mention that it is it is important to have a good to imagine the things and stimulate our imagination to, because that is really really powerful thing, and it is the start of something. It is always all the times the beginning. And in the most simple terms, I would like to mention, to compare the imagination. It's like what elements do you need to start? It's so abstract, and you think it's so abstract that you don't know where to start and how it works. It's the best will be to compare it with the key. When you have a key, and when you go to near the car, and and you press take the key, you open the door, you sit in the car, and you press the key inside, and you turn the key. Finally, the motor of the car starts, and this is how works our imagination. So when the car starts, the key is in, and here we go. We can go to some kind of we can go to our journey, and we can start our journey, and we have a goal, and we have many objectives, but we will move to the goal. But that is a start. The basic start imagination is like a key. Just before you put the component of a key into and turn it, and the start. That is imagination. All those things work the same with imagination. So why I'm mentioning the car and the key, start, journey, and our destination with objectives and goals. It's similar with imagination. Imagination, it has to be, something has to come into our mind. It's the thought. The thought has to come into our mind, do actual thing, and here things are starting to go, and here we go. We are on the journey to some to our destiny, and we will have we'll have obstacles, and we'll have objectives, and we'll have finally a goal. So just imagine yourself. What is the most funny part? Is it just coming to the point B, and being at the point B, or is the whole journey from the point A and from point B? So you probably will guess it, but the journey itself is much more fun, because it is, we are here, and we are traveling, seeing all kinds of beautiful places and mountains, and maybe forests, and all those things. We go to a city and never to see. So the journey is the most, it has much more joyful, and much more much more entertaining, and it is really much more different than our destiny. But sometimes destiny, when we find a destiny, we are much more happy with the whole process before we reach the destiny. So as I wanted to say, I have compared now the car key, to start a car is similar to our starting our imagination. So that is very simple thing. I will repeat it again. You have to to get a thought and let it into your mind and stay there and finally let it here to do it. You have to put your input and it finally starts to do things in itself. So everyone has capacity to do all those things. It's a very basic thing. No, everybody has capacity. It's not is not there is no nothing here difficult. And I would like to point out that if we go back to backwards position, we'll see have all kinds of achievements in our life. All those all anything. It does not matter if it was a positive achievement or negative achievement or all those things. They are actually result of our imagination, because the way we have imagined the things, they started to draft our mind, and we started to draft our mind, and we went we put a lot concentration and started to make a path, and all the things started to start work together effortlessly, and here we go. We are here without even even we ended here at either at our wish or somebody's else. It can be even at somebody's else. So we want to put that thing that we should end at our destiny, because we plan it positively and not in a different state. So the most important thing about imagination, it is that the thought has to come to our mind, and we have to harness our mind, and to stay there, and to stay there, and to do all those things, and finally, when the mind has entered the thought has entered the mind, and after when all the conditions are set, and all the conditions are put in together, we are working well, and finally it starts. It sparks. There is a spark, and imagination. It turns out that a spark turns out to actual action, and it will be an action. It will be a build up of something constructive, of something of practical, and it finally will lead to our work, and will be consistent, and we'll start to do all those things, and we finally will on our journey, and we are moving forward where we have dreamed of, or set the goal, or destiny. So it is really important that the process is really important. Sometimes it's we don't have a choice that if we choose it or not, and when we grow up, sometimes we are getting intruded, or not like intruded, but influenced by other people, and it's not possible to avoid it. And it's if you imagine some thoughts are implemented in our mind just by by our parents, by our people we are growing up, and later it gets implanted by by the school and the college and university, and s- if you imagine that all those things that we go, we don't really lead to the success and fortune and all those good things automatically. So we still need to do some kind of work. So it's those things who are implanted in our conscious mind is it can be good one things. For example, if you learn mathematics, physics, all kind of profession, they are good things and they have to appreciate for them. But some things is left forgotten and left our empty space, and we don't know how to operate it. So that is the most important people. That those people who implanted some kind of mind in your implanted a thought into your mind is not necessarily working for you. Maybe they are working for them, but they are not working for you. So you have to understand that those thoughts you need to extract and to change that to remove them and replace it with the ones that are working for you. And that is the most the most simple thing the most simple thing when it's we are related to the mother, to the father, to the family, to the sister, and maybe those can be wishes can be good that for you as a person, but they are not working in your direction that you want. And sometimes you will be struggling for your whole life, and you will not understand why the thing is not going really well. It's the root cause that will be most likely that you have implanted a lot of thoughts that they are not by you but by somebody else, and they are not in a good favor. They are not working for you. So those that is a basic very important thing that that I should mention. And actually we can mention another thing, but it's we have to even more be careful when all the media and all all the mainstream media or another news, or they implant in us even more worrying thoughts. So we have to really be careful here. Who is if we really have a need for somebody else to implant thoughts into our mind and to do us force us to do some things that we actually don't want. So that will be the best option. That will be sooner as you can try to gain back control of your mind and start to implement things that really are useful for you and for your destiny and for your where you want to end. So I have covered those important parts of imagination and all those things, how it works, and we can go even a little bit deeper into that and to think about imagination. What is the process of imagination? That is also very difficult to explain in the words, but what does it do? How does imagination is working? That is the question, because you think that I imagine one thing and it's here. It does not happen in this way. Imagination is very abstract thing, and what it does is constantly forms mental images, and those images are not yet apparent to our senses, so we don't already even see them, and we cannot hear them or smell it, and we are still not here, but they are in the motion, and they are in the motion and to become apparent whenever we are ready. So I might repeat it again, because it is very important part how to understand. So imagination is forming mental images, and that those creates the objects that we are not apparent to us. So it's a process how it works, imagination. And the thing is, this is the main process of imagination. And but there is another part how it works in when it's settled in our mind. It works. It has also different pattern a little bit. Because if you think, we are all humans, and we are at one or another age, and we all had previous all kinds of events, and events and experiences in our life, and those are the past moments, and actually those past moments that we had and we have collected in our mind, they actually we actually create new kind of different patterns, and they use the basis of all those patterns that we had before. We have experienced them, and we create a new patterns, maybe a new idea, or a new all different kinds of concepts. So everything what we have seen in the past, what we have or experienced, or passed through, it's usually turns out into something new, into something in a new concept, into new idea, or a new pattern. And it can be that it does not matter what kind of experiences we had. It usually, but also it's very proven also, that all kinds of bad experiences or negative, they negative facts, and something, all those not really good and things, they start to turn into something positive. And it also depends on us that they are at the correct moment, and we have all the tools that we need, and we finally can use all that back information to turn it to something really good for in our life. So anything what has happened in your previous previous years, or years ago, or months ago, or days ago, they have capability to turn into something good, and you have ability to do all those things, and to change your state of being. So I have explained it in a very interesting word, in interesting in the most simple way, those things. And we can go now to see in the practical examples how things how actually imagination is working. Just a practical examples, and they are very simple, and we should not spend so much time, but we can go to maybe exact example, and maybe we can discuss it. So the most simple that will be, if we have a paper, and we have maybe a chair, or some kind of painting. It's a process of something that was it was the whole process important. Somebody has to put a thought in his mind, and to let him imagination to start work, and to do all the necessary works in the mind, and constantly to use consistency to harness your mind, and to all the time to keep the negative minds away from you, and protect yourself from all the negative minds, to screen yourself, and and finally things start to move, and start to make action, and finally we are in the process, and this is starts to to evolve. So it is very simple things. And imagine how it's a paper. When you see a paper on the table, it's somebody had to imagine 1,000 years ago, and to imagine how that you can make something from it, and how you can turn the tree and to the paper. And it involved the whole process. It involved the whole imagination. It involved the thought that comes into the mind, and finally mind starts to evolve and starts to start ignite the action, and the action starts to go, and finally you see some kind of the thing. Now, it applies to today in all kinds of all the industries today of that we are we are seeing today, and every area of our life is pretty much influenced by imagination, and all areas are affected. Just see how things are improved, and what things we have is absolutely remarkable. It's who would ever even imagine that you can have a wide TV screen and all those cars and planes and all the buildings that they are shifted in all kinds of different shapes. It's a part of imagination. Imagination, when the thought came to the mind, and mind started to be harnessed by the person, and and finally we started ignited the action, and action turned out in the process, and here is the result. So that is interesting part about all those things. I wanted to make one exact example with a Tesla. For example, car Tesla. If you look at the how things worked there, Tesla car has a really beautiful shapes, and it's it is well designed, and all the lines are appealing. It's wide and comfortable, and all those things. It is the best example. For example, that's of somebody's thought. Somebody has catched the thought, put in his mind, and it started to ignite the action. It started to evolve. So it is actually a result of our imagination, and all the things that are surrounded around us. They are pretty much they are actually fruits of our imagination. So so as you participate, we are all participating in this life, and we have to understand that imagining is a good process. Imagination is really good. It leads us to somewhere, and we have only to trust. Only have to trust the whole process, and because we should trust and keep it positive, and harness all the good minds for it. So another example would be probably somebody who traveled the whole world. He visited many different places, and see many different countries, and his journey does not start just from buying the ticket and finally going to that place and enjoy. It starts from something else. So so probably the first was, you have to think about it, to put a thought in your mind, to to think that how you travel all those places, meet all different kinds of people and travel in with different kind of transports and take a plane and maybe a train or a ship and all those things we have first to imagine, and finally you end up at traveling in the way how you imagine yourself. So it's just a most simple thing is only thing what you need to do we need to do is just fire up our imagination, trust the process, and we start things to work well and ignite let the imagination ignite ignite, and finally we have some kind of process. We just need to put some a little bit of work, and we are in the process moving towards our goals. So so that is uh, that is what I wanted to say, and still have some things to repeat, and for just I will make a little bit of like a conclusion and to and to say I will say some things near the end, because so is good. Imagine yourself in something where you want to be, and it has to be positive. Let's put it this way: try to imagine yourself in a certain position, or in a place, or surrounded by somebody else, and just imagine all the things that are around you all the time, around you in the action. Imagine always all those things in a small detail, because that is important, and it helps you for imagination to work well. And for just for conclusion, I would still repeat another things that maybe I said in previous video. So just for our imagination to work and to start work, we have to have also a little bit discipline, and we have to be consistent and concentrate. Whenever we concentrate even more, and we even practice it even more, exercise it, all the things that we want, and exercise our mind, and practice all those mental things mental steps that we can, and we are ready for some things to start for ignition, and all those things has to be ready in our mind, and imagination has to be working. It has to be set in the thought. It has to be consistently promoted in the mind, and positively, and when all those things are work here set to be, then we finally we start work. We will start work without even noticing. We will not even notice how we start to work. It will be like a magical thing. We will not send you. We will start working by itself, and you will not even hear it, or you will feel it and sense it when you start seeing all those first results, which are really fruitful. And so that is the beginning for all those crucial things for to make a change in ourselves. It's and those things are essential to make a really nice journey and we can plan our journey ourselves. We don't need somebody else to plan it, because the best planners we are. Even some people wishing good has a good intentions, and implant you a good according to them good thought into your mind, and it will not really going to work. It will be an obstacle for you, and as soon as possible, whenever you're able, please extract that mind. You can extract it and keep it. Maybe it will be useful for in later, or maybe it will be at different moment. It will be much more useful and beneficial. And for that moment, you need to put your thought that you actually need at this moment. And some things, they are not really working at that time. They may particular things, if they are here, they are right, but they are not correct for the moment. So please have some things that you really are essential for you at that moment. Keep those things that you have implanted, maybe use it later, and you will start to see the actual positive result. So I wanted to say thank you very much for my for being with me, and I at this point I will finish. I try to be very simple and to explain all those things in a most simple way, and I hope you understand it. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video.